everyone. Welcome back to episode number 2 of this box journal tutorial in the series of Create and Elevate. So I've just finished the other video and I do not know what we're going to title this, but I want to jump in here while I have the energy to do this. I'm still going strong. So I want to show you how I'm going to cover the inside of this. Now, when I did the last one, I had some of that paper from Hobby Lobby that I covered the inside of it with, and it paired perfectly with the paper that I was working on. Once again, I am using Sharon's papers because for one, they're stunning, and two, I printed those off because I wanted to work with those, and I like the I think these are vintage notes or vintage music notes. I will leave a link to this digital kit in the description box below. But so anyway, it's dealing with music notes and stuff like that. So I figured I would cover it with some of this old music paper. So that's what we're going to do. Now, some of you already know that I do not take out a ruler and measure, okay, because I would throw you guys completely off. Something would be off and then everything would be totally messed up, and I don't use that anyway. So what I do is I just measure by looking at it, eyeing it, and then taking my pencil and marking where I need to cut. Now, in a perfect world, I would say I like to leave 1/8 of an inch border around everything, but I'm not going to give you exact measurements like I said. So that's what we're going to do. So, and I'm just going to glue that down. So hopefully I will have found some kind of editing software to where I can fast forward through the main parts of, not the main parts you need to see, to fast forward through the repetitive stuff like gluing over and over that you don't need to see. I'm just going to show you that I'm going to cover this, and I do want to make sure the way that the journal is going to line up. And how am I going to open the journal? So it's going to be like this. Yes, it is. And I'm going to open the journal this way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to line all of this with those music notes first. So I have to cut everything out. Now, for this side, I'm going to get my width first. And for that, I'm going to just come up and draw a line where I need to trim off. You know what? I did that and I wasn't even through. I was going to measure that out, but you know what, you guys? No worries. We're just going to do it like that. I'm not going to worry about that. And this is what we're going to do. Instead of me trying to make it exact like I was going to do, I'm simply going to go ahead and cut. Trying to make sure that I don't cut the original box. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. Who wants to skin a cat? I mean, I'm telling you guys, some of the things that we have been told and heard and we continue and make jokes about, I really just wonder, you know, I don't know. Someone was obviously experimenting with skinning cats and being quite cruel. Yep, see, I'm messing that up. But anyway, so when I go back in, and I can even do this side, it kind of, except for that mess up there, it kind of gives you the illusion that you have that trim. And when I was doing this, I was being a little more careful. I'm doing this tutorial and trying to be mindful of time, so I'm kind of rushing things a little bit. So I have to keep remembering that this piece is one solid piece. This line was not supposed to be there. So just gonna take this, and I'm gonna share this with you guys. I was thinking about this journal, right? And so the name of the paper is Music Notes, right? So I was like, okay, so I need to keep that theme in mind, that it needs to be about music, in case I probably will not be able to bring this idea to fruition. I hope that someone else can, but just bear with me. Just imagine that you filled all of your journal with all of the music paper, right? And then you could come in and have this sit up like a grand piano, okay? Somehow where it would sit up like a grand piano and have your piano legs down beneath, and then you could sit that, and that would be a beautiful, just come on now, you guys understand what I'm trying to show you. And that could be a beautiful keepsake. I bet you would get a lot of attention from that. Okay, now we're going to deal with these little flaps down. And I'm not going to cut directly on the inside on that line. I'm going to cut towards the inside of it. Well, this is where the smaller scissors come in handy. So this is what we have right now. This is our the inside to our box. So once this has dried, and I have to go back in, I see a piece that is not all the way glued down. So once that's dry, I'm going to go back in and recut my square out, my C out, but I'll do it from this side, okay? So I think I'm gonna have to conclude this video, and I'll be back with the next steps. Hello everyone. Welcome back to episode 3 of Create, Innovate, and possibly Elevate. Okay, so I'm sorry. It's getting late. I am starting to get tired, so I'm gonna be a little bit delirious. Okay, so we're going to. Last video I covered the inside of the box journal, and so when I did the first journal, the main element on the main cover was that shaker box. And so for this element, I like the way that Sharon plays around with Tyvek envelopes for making little envelopes and stuff because of Tyvek's durability. So what I'm going to do is just make a simple trifold, just a simple trifold, and it's going to have pockets. you could, I'm sorry, I don't want to keep saying but you can glue the bottom of this to your page, or you can actually hinge this to where the whole piece will be removable like that, and you can actually add a pocket. And I don't know if I said this, but I wanted to go ahead and use this Tyvek envelope because it's less bulky than the well, now I can't talk. It's less bulky than the file folder, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. So I do want to see if I can try and match that paper up. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm just going to line it up. I'm going to have this flap closed. I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to see where I need to cut this paper to make it match. I'm just drawing my lines where I need to measure and cut, and hopefully we'll have the correct piece so I don't have to waste more of this beautiful paper. Hopefully, no, we shall see. Okay, perfect enough for me anyway. So that's what we'll have. Let me make sure I've got enough. I may come in, yeah. Yes, I think I'm gonna cut a little bit off of this side. Feeling good about that part. And so we will continue on to decorate the inside of it. So I'm going to take a piece of